Hello, honeys. What's up? Day 76. Today is a divinely guided, intuitive Phoenix Diary. So I didn't know yet what I wanted to talk about until I pressed record and took a few deep breaths and got my stage going. So today I would like to talk about the power of the no. And this may be especially helpful for those of you who sometimes vacillate between making a decision or you like to marinate and take your time and maybe marinate really, really long, sometimes too long. So this might be good for someone who doesn't always understand when they're getting their yes or no indicator, or if you feel like you are someone who um, is reluctant to say no to something because then you have nothing. You have an empty slate, a clean slate, and AKA the void space. So I want to talk to you about a few of these things through a story. So I, the other day, was vacillating once again on my Colorado training, my cacao training for guides. And I had really wanted to do it in tandem with a channeling conference that I wanted to attend. And so I was having some delays in getting the channeling conference tickets. And so, therefore, I was having some delays in really committing and devoting to that date right after to do the training because I was trying to combine multiple things, which us Manny Gens love to do. So, long story short, I waited too long. I wait and wait and wait, and I'm getting the feeling that I am just moving in quicksand because every day that goes by is another day that I'm delaying informing the people that are going to come to the training. I'm delaying organizing all the things that are involved with the training. And so this is so funny. This has happened a few times in my life, and so this is just the most recent story of it. And I'll share with you the breadcrumb of wisdom that I've been able to extract from it so far. So I went ahead and did the flyer. I wrote out all the details, and all the while knowing inside myself, it's not going to align. It's not going to happen. It doesn't feel correct, the timing. But I went ahead and got all the details done, fleshed it all out, thought of some backup plans with some potential Airbnbs that we could do the training at. And then I just sent the flyer out. I sent it out to all the people that it was relevant to and just waited. And I did feel a relief of just having the details set out, even if I sensed I would go back and change the date. And I just was relieved to go ahead and get off of my plate something that I knew was going to be adjusted by the universe, and to just go ahead and relinquish it from my control and let the universe do what it was always going to do with it as soon as I would let it go and let it be birthed. So I received some information coming in from some potential guests that were going to come, and they all were pretty much synced up wanting it to be in the springtime in March, which there's a beautiful event that I go to in March. And so I went ahead and checked out that calendar date and looked up what that would look like and sent it out to the potential attendees, and it all felt really, really good for them. So I was like, okay, so all along this was meant for March. But here I was thinking I was going to be doing this at the end of October, and now I'm not. So what am I going to be doing? And this was the real fear underneath just go ahead and launching the thing. Because even though I was able to adjust it to March, which is truly amazing, I'm so grateful for that flexibility. I was then in the void space of what's happening in October though. And so it was like magic. My phone later on that day while I was with a client had an invitation for a wonderfully exciting event with a whole new group of people here that is going to be a Halloween themed tarot event, which I haven't done a tarot event in a really long time. So it really needed to align and feel right. And it really does. So I'm super excited about that. And that came in as an opportunity filling October. And then I had several other clients wanting to get in, and the void space really just lasted like probably an hour or two. And then I had one other really exciting opportunity that I can't share with that, but that opened up for, I can't share yet, but it opened up for next summer. And It's really big. And so it just reminded me of the power of the no and how we often need to make space in our life and trust the void, trust that we're taste making with the universe to send us things that actually will light us up, to send us things that will feel like a yes. And it's a little hard for new things to get into us when we are surrounded by things that are sort of kind of okay for us. So the void space has actually become something that I've developed a much more, excited energy around when I have that. Just like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing this month, or I don't know what's planned for the end of October, or whatever. I get really excited because I know that I'm going to continue taste making with the universe. And as it presents me with potentials, I can say yes, no. And I begin to curate. And it's kind of like with Spotify, when you shuffle your song, you can do like a magic shuffle and it'll start to send you suggestions that are outside of your playlist, but that are very similar to your taste and things that you may like. And you like, I get the best song suggestions from doing that setting, and they are exactly things that I would like. And I get to curate with Spotify these new playlists of songs and music that I might not have discovered otherwise. And it's really cool. And it's not personal, it's all just energetics. So, if you're a generator or a manifesting generator, this is especially important to listen to your emotional wave, your solar plexus or your sacral for that yes, no. Take your time if you're an emotional. If you're a sacral, do it as in the moment as you can. And then for the other authority types, you'll have a different sort of processing. That may be the spleen, which is really quick, or you may need to think it through and talk it out and soundboard it. So look for your authority in your human design, and that's also another helpful hint. But for the emotional, my fellow emotional beings, sometimes we get caught in the loop of our wave, and we have a high and we have a low, and then sometimes we don't take action quick enough to where we start the wave cycle over again, and then the thing feels exciting, and then it feels really played out, and then we feel like we might not want to do it, and then we typically, by that point, if we haven't taken action, we're running out of time to make the thing happen. So at a certain point, you have to give yourself the deadline of like, I need to say yes or no to this by a certain date. And as much as you can, get close to your 80% yes. Like, for the most part, this feels really great and really exciting, or not, and I'm going to act accordingly. And then if it's a no, if you end up saying, you know what, I don't, this isn't feeling right, it's a no, no for now, then watch as the universe goes ahead and fills that empty space. And sometimes, if you're not really well versed with this, the universe may test you by taking a few days, or taking a week, or taking a month, and really just making sure that you're going to be faithful and that you're going to be discerning. And oftentimes, I've been talking to a lot of clients lately about discernment. And a lot of times, when we are working on understanding our yes and no and how to discern, we are given a lot of opportunities to practice discernment. And so it's kind of one of those funny things. A prayer is often answered with challenge. So, people will pray like, God, give me strength, and God will give them situations for them to be strong. And it's like, why, God, why do you keep testing me? And it's like, well, you said you wanted to be strong. Strength, muscles, they are developed under resistance. So this is a prayer answered. So it's pretty interesting when you think about it in that way. But I hope this is helpful for you, and it's really exciting for me to continue to see these situations come into my life, even though I've been practicing human design for many, many years. And still, I have moments where I have to remember where in my body my yes, no comes from, and how to honor it. And hopefully, like I was saying, the wisdom that I think I extracted from it this time is that I might not need to go ahead and make the flyer and send the thing out to get no's from other people. I can just let myself know this isn't feeling in alignment. I don't need other people to verify it doesn't feel in alignment for them as well. Let me just move it to a time that feels in alignment. And I trust that it will be in alignment for them as well. And I don't need for them to give me that second wave of validation. So that's my challenge as I move forward again, to make sure it just is good for me, and then trust that it'll be good for whoever's meant to be there, instead of having to delay and check and sort of juggle all these different opinions and thoughts just before I make a decision. So yeah, it's a work in progress, even for us that have been on the deconditioning journey for longer, air quote, even though I think you can move really, really quickly through this system and through deconditioning if you are devoted to it and if you are putting in the time and the work and the effort. So I love you all. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you tomorrow.